Tom, what's your reaction to the budget?
I think generally positive. Clearly things have changed a lot in the last 6 months, and now we find ourselves, rather than facing a substantial 2 billion reduction which was suggested or planned, to an increase in spending. So it's been a turnaround. We have an increase in the capital budget for construction, which is the first time in 5 years that has happened, and the 2 billion, the 2.2 billion that is mentioned in social housing over the next 3 years would be fantastic, and hopefully will be fantastic. A lot of stuff has to happen in between in terms of leveraging, in terms of getting matching funding and so on. But certainly it's very, very good work for the industry, and it clearly is dealing with a real problem that is out there in social housing.
What was your reaction to the other measures for the construction industry, such as the windfall tax?
Certainly we lobbied very strongly to get the windfall tax removed, or at least reduced to some reasonable level, and I think the government have seen sense on that. We lobbied to have a continuation of the home renovation scheme, and that has happened, and it's been extended into the private rented sector, which I'm not 100% sure how attractive that will be, because people there get some tax relief already, but certainly it's positive. So there are positives, certainly. I suppose on the disappointing side, there's been a lot of talk lately, and in Construction 2020 identifying the blockages that are slowing down construction at the moment. And clearly there is a major supply problem on the housing side, and there is a major demand for housing, both in terms of private housing, in terms of social housing, even in terms of homelessness. And unfortunately the budget hasn't addressed. The Minister again acknowledged that there are blockages, but nothing has been addressed in the budget, and I am disappointed about that.
What do you think of the Minister's comments criticising the CIF's stance on the lack of measures for house building in this budget?
Well, I think we've been very responsible. We've researched our pre-budget submissions very substantially, got the best technical and the best accountancy advice, looked at what's available in Europe. The Minister has taken a lot of credit for his reduction of the VAT on the hospitality sector, and that clearly has been a success. It's created a lot of jobs, and has brought substantial revenue to the Exchequer. What we looked for was a very defined, time-limited boost for construction. I still believe that the VAT reduction would have done that. You know, we weren't looking for anything that wasn't going to give a return. House building is massively labour intensive and is very good for the Exchequer. 40% of the cost of a house goes to the Exchequer one way or the other. So that's, you know, a housing boom would be a boom for the Exchequer. But anyhow, the Minister has his job to do. I have mine. I believe we made a very, very good case, and unfortunately it wasn't taken on board.
So how would you categorise the budget overall? Would you say it was a mixed bag for the industry?
I suppose so, but on the other hand, look, we've turned a corner. Capital expenditure is absolutely the bread and butter for the construction industry, and generally it used to be about 50%, but the capital spend would be about 50% of the total work, and you know that's reduced by over 60%, and now thankfully this year we have an increase, and 2.2 billion over 3 years is a substantial increase. One of the areas was disappointed our civil engineering firms that do roads and waterworks and so on. There's nothing yet for those, and I certainly hope that we see Irish Water get over its troubles and start investing in some infrastructure there, because certainly I think that's needed, and certainly we have the members on that side of the house here that need that work very badly.